You know what must be done, Sabrina. Claim the throne. Save precious Greendale. Your boyfriend. All hail Sabrina.
Comic Con, ¿cómo están todos? ¿Están ansiosos? ¿Sí? ¿Quieren que empiece este panel? Ay, yo también estoy muy ansioso y qué honor estar en este segundo panel de Netflix. Hace un ratito tuvimos el panel de The Witcher y ahora estamos acá todos juntos para tener el panel de las... Ay, yo estoy muy ansioso. Ahora sí, ya, sin más preámbulos, vamos a presentarlos y para eso yo ya paso al inglés, van a poder leer la traducción simultánea por acá por las pantallas. Y decimos, enigmatic and charming, with all the secrets of dark magic, he plays Nicholas Crutch on the show. Give it up for Gavin Leatherwood! I say, Gavin, Hi Gavin, how are you doing, man? Hola. You're coming straight from Venezuela. Welcome to Argentina Comic Con. How are you feeling?
So overwhelmed and excited to be here.
Okay, well, you can take a seat. I'm going to introduce a friend of yours, okay?
Yeah.
So, are we ready for who's coming next? Yes! She's half witch, half human. She's the strongest heroine in Dreamville. She plays Sabrina Spellman on the show. Give it up for Kiernan Shipka! Welcome to Argentina Comic Con. How are you? So nice to meet you. Take a seat.
Nice to meet you.
Make yourself comfortable. How are you guys feeling?
So good.
Wow, look at all these people who are here to see you. Isn't this amazing?
It's so amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
We're huge
Wow,
fans of the show here.
So cool.
My heart is beating so fast right now, you guys. This is crazy. So much love, so much passion. Lovely. Hey, man, that's lovely. We're definitely coming back.
Wow, yeah, definitely.
I want to come back like next week. I don't think I can, but.
Wow, that's great. Well, we were anxiously waiting for you. We're huge fans from the show. So we are so happy to have you here. We're super thankful.
So good to be here.
Okay, so let's get this panel started. Okay, let's talk about the show. Gavin, tell us, what do you enjoy most about playing Nick?
You know, man, honestly, I love the fact that I get to play with magic.
Yeah.
I was doing it on the playground when I was a kid. I ran around and used my imagination and was like casting spells and was being a wizard and a Jedi then, and now I get to do it as a living. And Nick Scratch is a cool, badass dude, man.
I mean, he's an intriguing character. You never know what's going on in this guy's mind. So it must be fun to play.
It really is, and that's the other thing that I really love about him is that he has such a arc from when we first see him. You know, there's a lot of changes that happen, and really the Sabrina coming into his world changes him in such a profound way.
I love working with Gavin. No, Gavin's great, but in all seriousness, I love playing Sabrina because she's a strong, empowered young woman, and I think that that's really important to portray in television. And I know that when I was growing up, the shows that I watched, the characters that I loved, I wanted to be those people. And I think Sabrina sets a really great example for other young people to stand up for what you believe in, do what's right, be a good friend, be a good sister, be a good niece, be a good whatever you are. And I think that above all else, I love that she's just a badass.
Yeah.
She's just a badass.
She is. And actually, when I was so far?
Okay, hardest scene is actually the one before this where Sabrina is talking to Lucifer, Dark Lord, and I come around the corner and she. It's when she spits in my face.
On his face.
Like that was probably the day that I walked away going, damn, like I know we're acting, but it's a weird thing to do, like we have odd jobs, like where we're doing that stuff. I mean, that was definitely a weird one.
What is your favorite scene that you shot together with Kiernan?
Oh man, Valentine's dance was so
Oh,
fun.
the Valentine's dance was so cute.
We just got to dance all day. We got to spin around and be silly, and like we were there with Ross and Jazz and Lachlan, and we just got to play music. Oh man, there's so much love happening behind the scenes too. You know, like when we're all there together on those days, the scenes are so fun to do because we get to make this really fun show. But there's so much love happening backstage as well. And when we're all together like that.
And how about you, Kiernan? Like, what's your favorite scene that you have to shoot with Gavin? Wow.
Impressive. I would say that my favorite scene that Gavin and I have probably shot together is I really like the first time that our characters kiss on when we're doing the passion play, and there's this moment where we're both talking as we're characters playing other characters. So we're talking as other people, but the things we're saying are so about each other. And it was just lovely scene. I think a lovely first way for Nick and Sabrina to kind of come together in that sort of way. I also really liked my wig that I was wearing that day. We always have fun though, that's the truth of it. Is I can't pick a scene because every scene that we film together always turns out to be really fun. Except when I'm spit. Well, it's fun for me to spit on his face. I don't know if he finds it fun for me to spit on their face, but.
And how is it like working with all the amazing cast of the show?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I mean, Miranda, Lucy, and Michelle, and Chance, and Lachlan, and Jazz, and Ross, everyone. Yeah. Does anyone still ship Harvey and Sabrina? No, honestly, it's really fun. All of us are like a family up there. Everyone's always playing jokes on each other. It's the most fun environment to be on.
I bet you guys have tons of
Just look at them. They're so adorable.
We should take a picture.
I brought a camera.
What the hell? What?
You bitches are gonna regret that.
No, we won't. Because these photos will be up all over school if you lay a hand on Susie or any girl ever again.
That's such a great scene because it's funny, it's dramatic, it's magical, it's everything, right?
That was really the first time I think that Sabrina exercised her power in such a way. It's such an important moment for her. And when we were filming that scene, I don't know if I even fully realized how big of a moment that would be in the show because it's early on. It's in the first episode, and yet it carries on throughout that. I don't think if that hadn't happened, maybe she wouldn't have gotten that taste of what power is and what that feels like and the rush that it gives her. And in that moment, I feel like she was more witch than she was mortal, and that's the first time that we kind of really see that in such a dark way. And I think it's a really pivotal moment for her, for sure.
And before talking a little bit about Sabrina's path, how is it like working with those three
It's amazing. I love the Weird Sisters. It's really funny because in the show they kind of hate me and we like each other so much in real life that there's a lot of apologizing after we film. He's like, I'm sorry, it's not me, it's just my character. But it is really, really fun to work with those girls. And honestly, I just like the fact that we're not just portraying unicorns and rainbows. There is tension between characters. No one's perfect, and that's what I kind of like about Sabrina's relationship with the Weird Sisters, particularly Prudence. They've always kind of butted heads, but at times they support each other as well, and they lift each other up. And you know, in episode 8, Feast of Feasts, Sabrina literally convinces Prudence not to sacrifice herself because even though they've done kind of not so nice things to each other, at the end of the day, they're women, they're going to support other women, they're witches. And I think that that's something that the show really nails, is that there can be tension, but there can also be like just support underneath it all.
Yeah, there's support, and they also kind of
All right, Sam, let's finish this.
to play any other character, forget about the gender or anything, who would it be? Noah?
Hilda Spellman.
I was gonna say the same one. She's my favorite. She's awesome.
I love Hilda, but I would want to play Madam Satan.
Oh, nice. Great choice. Okay, can I change my mind? Can I choose?
Yeah, you can choose Madam Satan. We can both be Madam Satan if you want.
Okay, so we're gonna watch a scene from part 2. I'm going to talk a little bit about how part 2 ends. To see if maybe I can get you to say a little something about part 3.
Part 3?
Yeah. Come on.
Just a little, like a wee sequence.
Yes.
He always does this to me. He always look at me with those eyes, and then I mean, maybe we can tell him something.
You know what? We're
You
gonna
guys
do.
want to know something about part 3?
¿Quieres hablar de la tercera parte? ¿Sí? A ver, levante la mano si tienen alguna pista. Okay, so I think people want to know something, but you know what?
Yeah?
I've learned this spell that if we cast it correctly, it's gonna give us a little clue about part 3. Okay? Vamos a hacer un pequeño encantamiento, pero voy a necesitar la ayuda de todos acá. ¿Sí? Vamos a hacer un hechizo y si lo decimos bien, vamos a desbloquear, vamos a ver alguna pequeña pista sobre la parte 3. ¿Están listos? Okay, so we have the magic words here. Okay, so this is the correct way to cast the spell. Is you put your hands together like this, and you say, "Date revelaciones tetra paz." Okay, so date revelaciones tetra paz. Are you ready? Okay, so we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, all together. Date revelaciones tetra. What's gonna happen? Are you So, guys, January 24th, premiere of part 3. Okay, and this is exclusive. The first time we announced it is not here. La primera vez. Esto lo saben ustedes y nada más que ustedes. El estreno exclusivo de la tercera parte de Sabrina. Wow, guys, this is amazing. I mean, we're almost.
Honestly, first purgatory, now hell, what's